What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm here to do another must gag. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha Machi's Will I Buy It series. I always have her series and a community playlist linked down below, as well as all the Instagram pages I follow to get all of this makeup knowledge. And lastly, but certainly not least, I always have all of the items listed and linked down below. So some of those links will be affiliated links. Those will be indicated by an asterisk behind it. If you shop through it, I very much appreciate it. That just means that I'll be getting a small little commission for introducing you guys to these products. Otherwise, it's no big deal. I'm just happy you sat down and took the time to watch my video for the length of time that you sat to watch it. I did record this look. This is going to be my full face of Asian owned brands. I'm so excited that I was able to finally sit down and do it. And I even have like 2 foundations that I'm showcasing. I'm only going to use one in the video, but still the fact that I was able to find 2 foundations on the Yes Style website that worked for my skin tone, we're doing good things. We're doing good things. So I aim to have that up later this week. I don't know how active I'm going to be right now. Things are in the changing realm of life, and I'm very excited for that. So I will be doing a get ready with me eventually, kind of updating you guys on what's going on. But just know that this video will be up this week because I've already filmed it. I just gotta get it together. So with that said, new stuff. I did bring in quite a few new things, honestly. Nothing independent. Oh, there were 2 independently owned things. Give me a second. Let me find both of them. Okay, so Half Magic did a sale for their anniversary, and I already told you guys that I had the shade Magic Brownie and I wanted 2 other shades, so I got them. I was sick of waiting and like pining, and just it was unnecessary. So I got the shades Sexual Frustration and Only Drama. So I will just do a quick swatching of them. I had intended to do actually no, I'm gonna do a short. I intended to do it. I'm gonna get it done. So just stay tuned for that. And then the other shade, Only Drama, is this baby right here. So very, very interesting tones and shades. I've been really enjoying this formula. The only reason you haven't seen this actual formula on my description box lately is because I am gearing up to do another roundup. I literally have all the items sequestered. I just need to sit down and do it, and that might actually happen after this video today. But with that said, that's all I got. Let me scoot over and we're gonna get into the new makeup releases. Okay, so there's quite a bit of makeup to talk about, so I'm gonna try not to like hold on too much, but it looks like Gourmond Girls is doing like maybe exclusive boxes where they release exclusive eyeshadows, and so they have 2 eyeshadows in this first box, and it is Power and Virtual. From what I know, oh yeah, so Virtual is more of like a rainbow kind of color scheme, quite a few mattes and 3 shimmers, whereas the Power one is more sultry, dark, kind of grungy tones. I think this looks cool. I don't know much about the boxes at all. Okay, so it's a makeup subscription box. It's $25 per month. You can use a code FIRSTBOX for your first one, and I guess you get it cheaper. You receive a box. You receive 5 to 7 items in each box, and you get to choose what you want in it. That's kind of really cool. I really like this. I've never tried the brand, so I could see maybe like as a mystery box in that kind of element and how they've structured it being something of value for me to kind of get my feet into trying the brand for the first time. But as of right now, I'm going to pass on those 2 particular products. I have some new eye paints coming from About Face. It's 5 new shades. They all look really, really pretty, and I like them. And I definitely could see me getting that Vivid Mango, which I believe is like the more yellow shade. I would love that one. That one and like the Bright Coral, which is Marigold. Those would be the 2 that I would pick up. I don't know if these particular shades are available at Ulta, but I do have a mind to actually make an Ulta order. I still need to pick up those bronzers that I talked about last time for my bronzer hunt week. I just really wanted to get through picking up the Asian American Heritage Month stuff, and then also really getting through testing out quite a bit of things that were in limbo. So I'm very happy I was able to do that. I do have quite a basket full of new products to test out as well, but it's all good. So yeah, I could see me putting those in my like loves list or my favorites list at Ulta to prepare to pick up in the future. It looks like Off-White is coming out with some new colors in their imprint crayon stick. There's like this murky pea green shade that looks really pretty. I haven't heard much about this brand at all. This particular product is a creamy, versatile color stick that is for face and body, and that it gives you different textures, comfortable for applying, perfect for adhesion. I don't know much about this. I guess this is supposed to be just like an eyeshadow primer, or maybe even your actual eyeshadow color. Those murky greeny like pea green shades look really pretty. Those are the shades that I'm attracted to, and of course the brown as well. But this brand is not very cheap at all. It's $44 for one stick. That's extremely expensive. And with the way that I use my sticks, where a lot of the times they are just primers to help build a look, or sometimes there'll be a full eyeshadow look, but that's not even a majority of the time. I just can't see me actually picking this up. Maybe if these were available through a sale somehow and I could try them for the first time, then maybe then. But otherwise, I just don't see it happening. So something that released in between the two weeks that I did my previous video, and I was so close. I was this close to picking it up, along with the new lip oil, because I did finish my lip oil from this brand, is the Lunar Beauty lipsticks and lip liners. I know quite a few people that I personally follow are huge fans of this brand, and so am I. I feel like they are very much an underrated kind of creator-owned brand, and I was gonna pick up at least one of the lip liners and one of the lipsticks in like the neutral range, and then I started to think, oh, it would be kind of cool to have like maybe one of the more brighter colors as well. I love the way that the product kind of opens up with you pressing the moon, and then it pops out in the bottom, and then you get your lip product. I absolutely love everything about this. But when I took a closer look at the actual tones and the undertones that are presented in the more neutral range, I realized that none of those kind of brownish or beige-ish shades have the perfect undertone for me. So I decided to go ahead and skip. I'm trying to drastically reduce my makeup purchasing, just to really enjoy what I have, get more use out of it. I'm going to be trying this summer to actually be wearing makeup more often, and that's just more of a personal thing, and I can't wait to get there. But as of right now, I'm gonna pass on this collection, but it looks beautiful. And if you are interested, the products that I have tried from the brand have been stellar, except for that last eyeshadow palette. That last eyeshadow palette I picked up, that was not cute. It was not cute at all. Uma Beauty has just come out with the Hydro Blast finishing powder, and I know a lot of people were comparing this to the Becca powder that had like water or hydro in the name. That one toted to give you like a cooling sensation once it applied to your skin, whereas from what I can tell, this one doesn't. It just, I don't know why they put hydro in it, maybe just because there's like water molecules literally in the powder, but it's not supposed to be cooling at all. This was actually on sale right after it launched on Ulta for some weird reason. I don't need another powder. I literally just picked up 2 for Asian American Heritage Month, mainly because I was interested in one, and the other, it just kind of worked out to also be an Asian based brand. The photo shots look beautiful, which they always do. I can't wait to see other people review this brand. I haven't tried anything from the brand yet, and I think for right now I'm gonna keep my money. Muera is coming out with some liquid pigments, both in the matte and shimmer ranges. I've still yet to try Muera, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and continue to hold my money on this brand. You can get each one for $7, or you can get individual bundles or the whole kit and caboodle. I think that's good for anybody who wants that type of product, but I just don't need that right now. I have quite a few awesome matte bases that I really enjoy, and I want to just stick with those for right now. So I actually got a tag in this photo, and I'm very happy I did. because I hadn't seen it up till I got that tag. And this is a collaboration between Kiko Milano and Disney for the Little Mermaid. I believe it's coming out very, very soon. Honestly, I see so many people pressed over that movie. I'm pressed for John Wick to release for us to watch in the house, okay? I've never been a huge movie theater person. And honestly, since COVID, I pretty much haven't gone back to the movie theater. Like, not once. All I do is buy the stuff on like Apple TV or whatever. And then we, family, friends, whoever, we watch it in my house. And John Wick is coming out tomorrow. That I can watch it on my Apple TV. The level of excitement that I have is like honestly ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's where my excitement is. I honestly don't even, have I ever watched The Little Mermaid? I don't even know if I've ever watched The Little Mermaid fully through. I vaguely remember seeing certain parts, but like at least I remember attempting to watch the Titanic multiple times. I don't even remember going back and attempting to watch The Little Mermaid after the one time that my brain is kind of remembering. So there is that. But regardless, because this movie is released and featuring a woman of color, a Black woman as the main character, Kiko Milano is actually looking like they actually want to try to have some shades and some products that work on my skin tone. So I'm pretty sure that's why the person tagged me, and I truly do appreciate it. I will be trying this range. Now, I have been hunting for this particular range and collection. It currently is not available for me to purchase in the US. It does say it's available currently in Europe, and I do think that it takes quite some time for it to feature and like filter over to us. When this post was available, it said that on May 11th, so I can only assume that maybe by next month, when the movie is actually available in theaters here in the US to watch, that's when we'll actually be able to get our hands on these products. I don't know if this particular collection is going to be available at Ulta or if I have to pick it up from the US Kiko Milano website, but this will be a collection that I pick up. I always told that this brand does not support us, and they are finally showcasing products, quite a range of products on somebody's skin tone that's very similar to mine. So I definitely will be positively picking this up. I cannot wait. So it looks like Glamlight is coming out with yet another collection. This time their collection is featuring more products in their Chucky range, and they're also restocking their Chucky collection. Now, I know a lot of people that are on YouTube who follow Glamlight are affiliated and blah blah blah, and it's no disrespect to them, but at this point I don't know if I'm going to be picking up any more products from this brand in particular. I picked up the stuff that I talked about 2 weeks ago, and I picked them up before that video. So it's been almost a month, if not over a month now, that I picked up these products. I still haven't gotten a shipping notification, nothing. And I know a lot of people doggo and Pat McGrath for having that type of shipping situation. I've never had that problem, Pat McGrath, and I am having it now with Glamlight. And I'm trying to stay calm. So as of right now, until I get at least that shipping of those products, I will not pick up anything from Glamlight again. So this was never on my radar to pick up the Chucky collection, period. But even if it was, I was not going to be picking it up because I am still waiting for my Scooby-Doo products to come, at least be shipped. Give me a notification, something. Gucci is coming out with some new products. Gucci is coming out with some new shades in their Luminous Matte Beauty Blushes. Now, from what I've heard, these blushes are actually matte, so I don't know why they call them luminous, but there is that. But the shades look beautiful. I actually have the Gucci bronzer, and I don't think I ever really talk about it, but it's actually a solid bronzer. It actually works on my skin tone, so that's why I picked it up. I just wanted to see if it worked, and I would love to eventually do like a full face of Gucci. I don't know if that'll ever come about because like Gucci is expensive, right? And I just said that I'm trying to reduce the amount of things that I pick up, and mainly the quantity, not the quantity, but the price of products. I'm trying to just like, so who knows, but I really like that orangey blush in this photo. It's really, really pretty. We'll see what happens, but that's definitely interesting. Something that's not for me personally is the fact that NARS is coming out with some light reflecting under eye brightening like concealer. So basically like color correctors. I don't really color correct even when I feel like my under eye circles are darker because I haven't been getting a lot of sleep. And for me, that has to be very little sleep for it to really show, because I generally run off of very little sleep to begin with. But what I will typically do is just reach for a higher coverage concealer. Like this concealer that I used today, I'm pretty sure is actually high medium to full coverage, just based on what it was able to do with the application. And this is from Kofi. I really do like it so far. It's nice and creamy, all of that. So for me, this is just not a product that I need, but I do know of people who quite literally have dark under eye circles, whether it's hereditary or their sleep or their diet or whatever. And so this could work for them, but it's just not necessary for me. A Little Mermaid collection that I will not be picking up is from the Ulta Beauty brand. They already got me with Thor. That product was the products were atrocious. Atrocious. I will not be picking this up at all. Absolutely not. Maybe the sponges if I need some sponges and I'm in Ulta, but otherwise absolutely not. Urban Decay has come out with some dewy liquid blushes, and I think personally I'm gonna pass. Even though I see a hint of something on the darker skin models that they're featuring all of these colors on, what I am coming to realize is that a lot of the times there is very little makeup under on these models when they're doing these cover shots. So yeah, you can see the shadow or the product on their face, but that's with like bare skin or very, very minimal makeup. That's not what I do. When I put on makeup, you're going to see that I have makeup. Now, granted, I am aiming to have it look a little bit more natural and skin-like and all of that, so that you have to actually ask, like, are you wearing makeup? Especially when I don't wear lashes. But otherwise, these liquid blushes I'm finding are literally being eaten up by my foundation, or even when I have powder on top, it's not really projecting. So I'm just gonna pass. And if for whatever reason I hear a lot of really great things from people, then maybe I'll pick it up when this goes on sale, because it's Urban Decay, so it is bound to go on sale. A brand I haven't talked about in quite some time, Tracy's Powder Room. So I got quite a few singles from them when I was still actively picking up singles, and those singles were immaculate. So they're coming out with a pressed multi-chrome highlighter topper. This looks beautiful. It's like a light rainbow kind of finish. Beautiful. I would highly recommend this brand. It has been some time since I've purchased from them, but I doubt they've changed that from that big of a difference. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Some more lip products are coming out from the brand Sunny's Face, and they're coming out with a fluff balm. Have you ever heard of Sunny's Face? I've never even heard of them, but the lip products look interesting. They look very, very interesting. So they have a lip swatch of all three products on 3 different skin tones, and these look like that blotted effect, but in a bullet lipstick. I love that. I really do. I don't know where this would be available. Okay, so it's available now in Indonesia, but it's coming soon to the US. That's all I know. I'm very, very intrigued. So this, I'm sure, is an Indonesian based brand, and they're now shipping to the US. That's like their kind of information in their thumbnail on their Instagram. Oh, I wish this was available sooner. I would have picked this up. This would have been a part of my full face. That perfect nude looks beautiful. It looks very, very beautiful. I'm so excited. This will definitely be something that I try to get my hands on. So Bare Minerals is kind of continuing on with their bronzer kind of range, and this time they're coming out with a highlighting blush range. So this is quite literally what it sounds like. This is a highlighter and a blush kind of combined. I think that there are some interesting colors here. I would probably pick up the Peach Glow. That's just the color of a highlighter that I would reach for more so often. And let's see, I don't think they have it featured. Oh yeah, they do. It's quite darker than I thought it would be. I do know that my local Ulta has Bare Minerals in store, so I'm sure this product will be in store, and so I will definitely try to swatch it and see what I like. But I'm sure that Peach Glow would be the one that I particularly like on my skin tone. I tend to reach for peachier highlighters out of palettes or just in general off the random. Charlotte Tilbury has released her Summer of Lovegasm collection. And in this collection, she has some new shades in her Jewel Lips formula, which are going to be $32. She also has a new Beauty Light wand, which is going to be $42. And then she's also re-releasing her Lovegasm cheek palette, which in this post they don't have the information on it, but I will have a post that has that information for you guys. Overall, I did not pick anything up from this collection as of right now. I am interested in the Beauty Light wand. I actually just picked up another Beauty Light wand. I've been wanting to try the shade Pillow Talk Medium, and since I had 35% off and was able to get it on that particular product, I scooped it up. So I could see me definitely trying to pick up this Beauty Light wand. I'm just not going to rush for it. I'm going to wait until it becomes available at a distributor that I know and love, i.e. Sephora, Ulta, all of those. Dior has come out with some new shades in their Backstage blushes, and a lot of people are really excited because their pink blush went viral beyond viral. I'm intrigued. This is a matte blush though, so I don't know if I would actually be picking it up. It is $40. I do actually have kind of what I would say is like a matte blush on today. I don't even know if you guys can still see it. I think my skin ate it up. That's interesting. We'll see. I'm intrigued. I want to see these in person. I would love to swatch them in person or see them swatch on somebody of my skin tone. Dior also recently just announced that they actually are going to be re-releasing their reformulated version of the Backstage face and body foundation. I went through like 3 sample sizes of this, and then I proceeded to go through a full bottle of this foundation. This was my perfect. I love this foundation. This is the foundation that really allowed me to realize I wanted a skin-like finish for my foundation base. I'm in the shade 6.5 in, although I can get away with 6 in, and then of course I can get away with 7 in. I have 7 in the powder, so definitely something that I would be interested in potentially picking up another of that, but I do have quite a few foundations that I brought in this year, so we will see. Beyonce is also coming out with her own hair care range. I have seen a lot of people very excited about this. I don't know how I feel. I'm not gonna knock her for doing it, and I definitely think, you know, out of all of the people that are famous, right, that have been coming out with these random ranges, I think from basically her little note basically saying that Destiny's Child got their start in her mom's hair salon, I think that this means a lot more to her than maybe some of these other people that have started other ranges. Also, Beyonce has been in the game for so long, and I feel like, at least from my perspective, she hasn't done a lot outside of like her music to get more money from people and her fans, you know? Like, yeah, she has merch, but she has merch at those like concerts and stuff like that. I haven't seen a lot personally. And so for me, you know, I'm interested. I want to see what comes of this. I do have quite a few Black owned brands that I'm really enjoying hair wise. And I also have been picking up some stuff from Asian based brands hair wise. I feel like my hair is really doing well right now. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. You never know what's going to happen. So Odin's Eye, I just did a video featuring Odin's Eye talking about brands that if you want it, you need to pick it up immediately because they will sell out and you will be hurt. And right after I recorded that video, Odin's Eye sneak peeked this collection, and on initial seeing of this collection, I was like, I don't need this. And then the YouTubers that got the products in PR started featuring the products, of course. And I was like, but it looks kind of cute. It looks kind of saucy. And ultimately, it truly reminded me of the two palettes that they released during the holidays that people were so hurt. I mean, so hurt they couldn't get their hands on after they sold out. And what I loved about this particular collection is that Odin's Eye has already said that these two palettes are permanent. So for those who have not picked up or were unable to pick up the holiday palettes, but still wanted very similar color schemes, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that I feel like these are a way to go. I've heard a couple people referencing that the formulas are very similar. So me being me, I had to pick them up. I had to pick them up. So I just picked up the palettes. I know they came out with like jewelry and stuff. I am moving away from fashion jewelry into more high-end fine jewelry. So this stuff was not things that like tickled my fancy. But I am very, very happy to have picked up the two eyeshadow palettes. I know it's going to take me a while to get them, but it's Odin's Eye. They're in a whole different continent. So I'm perfectly content with that. And that's the only reason why I'm content with the long shipping. That's the only reason. So it looks like Hourglass is coming out with two new palettes. One is provides you more blushes and finishing powders. The other one has bronzers and finishing powders. None of these are going to work for me. I am very happy with my two Hourglass palettes that I have. Very, very happy with them. So I'm going to pass, but in the event that you are of a lighter complexion, the person that I know that has reviewed them and knows quite a bit about Hourglass is Morgan Turner. I think her name is just Morgan Turner, or maybe Morgan Turner Makeup. I will have her videos linked down below because she has two separate videos featuring the two separate palettes. She has a lot of Hourglass. She has a lot of those palettes. So she was able to dig up, whether the products that are featured in these palettes are exclusive or not. Basically what she said for the blush palette is that if you had, I believe it was the butterfly palette from the previous holiday, you pretty much didn't need this because it pretty much had all of the same shades. Whereas the bronzer palette, I just knew it wasn't going to work for me, so I just didn't even bother watching that video. But I will have both videos linked down below for you all. Viseart is also coming out with a new packaging and format for their products. They have a quad with two blushes in it. And I must say, I think that the more warm toned quad looks really, really pretty. I like the blushes. I like the eyeshadows. I think that it could be an easy everyday eyeshadow palette for me. But if I'm being honest, I have so many easy everyday eyeshadow palettes that I keep, getting use out of. Today, I ended up reusing a palette that was actually sent to me from Me to You NYC, in addition to a new kind of jelly-ish much shadow from not a ColourPop, but from a different brand. And so like I have so many of those that I genuinely enjoy and I want to get more use out of, that for me right now, I don't need these. So I'm not going to pick them up, but these look really, really pretty. And maybe if there is a color scheme that really calls to me, then I will pick it up in the future. So Nomad has been sneak peeking that they're coming out with a new palette, and because it took me so long to do this video, they actually showcased 4 of the shades. So these are 4 beautiful, beautiful murky shades, and and then the first clue is this: we are known as queen in our next destination, but the females are the ones that bring home the bacon. Who are we? That's very interesting. And they have paw prints on there. That's very, very interesting. I thought that this was going to be Thailand because I thought this was a continent or a country location, but now they're talking about animals. So I don't know. Definitely let me know down below what your guess is, or also just guess on their Instagram. If you guess correctly and they pull from, I guess, the people who guess correctly, you actually could potentially win the palette for free. Jones Road Beauty is coming out with a face powder, and this brand, from their controversy originally on TikTok, is slowly starting, I feel like, to get into the hearts and the minds of YouTubers that I follow, specifically Teresa. No, what is her YouTube name? Teresa is Dead and Lauren Made Beauty. Those two I've seen both be sent the bronzer. I believe they were both sent the bronzer, and they both loved it. So I am definitely more interested in this brand now, seeing people that I truly trust saying that these products are good. I don't need a powder though, but maybe if you guys are interested, I could definitely see me potentially looking in that bronzer range to see if there's a bronzer I think I would actually get use out of, and maybe picking it up for my bronzer hunt week, which I'm still in the planning phase of. It's not going to happen as quickly as I thought, but it will be happening. It's going to happen this summer. Euphoria is coming out with some new shades in their blush oil. I know they had like the clear blush oil at one point, and now they're coming out with more tinted versions. So these tinted versions still aren't really giving you much color, and that can work for somebody who has no base makeup on the bottom and is just putting a little bit of color on their cheeks and going about their day. But for somebody like me, if I'm going to just go about my day, I'm just going to go about my day. I don't need a blush on top. So this is going to ultimately be a pass. Something that I was this close to picking up. So close to picking this up. And this is the Tom Ford 2023 Summer Soleil collection. Now, I wasn't going to pick up everything. I was going to pick up a highlighter and a eyeshadow quad because I have money right now and credit at Beautylish. These products are currently available at Beautylish, but the eyeshadow quad that I wanted is out of stock. It is out of stock. The highlighter is still there. And so what I am going to say, so if these become available when I haven't made my order to use my credit, and I will actually have to use my real money to buy these, then I'll put them in my cart. Otherwise, I think I might try to pass, but they just look so pretty. They look pretty. And you know, that's what Tom Ford does. The products look pretty. The lip products, absolutely not. I am interested in the fragrance as well. I just don't think that they have a travel size on the site, and I would need to get my nose on it before I blind buy that. I'm not blind buying that. So yeah, very, very interested though. Rose Inc is coming out with some matte liquid lipsticks. I don't want any liquid lipsticks. I'm honestly considering very strongly throwing away all of my liquid lipsticks. That is just not the mindset that I'm in. I like the glowy lip, and honestly, my lip gloss is wearing out. I need to reapply. Where is it? Here it is. So yeah, I absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would say go somewhere else with that matte drying crap. No ma'am. Glam and Natrix Cosmetics. So they're another brand that I featured in my very recent video where I was talking about brands that if you want it, get it now because it might sell out and then you'll be hurt, okay? They're now sneak peeking that they want perfumes. I just realized I forgot to comment. So we are going to comment so that they know that I am among everybody under their mother that wants them to release perfumes. I love perfume. Perfume is one of those things, and if they release perfumes, I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. And hopefully they do with those affordable travel sizes. That's perfect. Perfect for me. I can put them in my little travel size basket and reach for those. And if I'm ready, and if they eventually do release fuller sizes, then maybe I'll pick up a full size. But I do really enjoy getting those travel sizes to see how often and how frequent I'm going to use the product, and if I need to pick up a full size or not. Heather Austin is doing a collaboration with Unearthly. I could sense that she was doing another collaboration just by some of the hints that she was dropping throughout her videos, but I genuinely thought it was going to be with Adept again. I was honestly hoping that she was going to do a part 2 with Adept, but nonetheless, we got this collaboration with Unearthly Cosmetics, and it looks really, really pretty. I think the highlighter duo looks beautiful. I like the background and understanding of the lip gloss and why she chose that shade, and I think the eyeshadow palette looks pretty as well. It's just not something that I'm going to be picking up. I would have honestly picked up that highlighter duo by itself, but that is not available to pick up by yourself. You have to pick it up in the bundle, and I just don't want the rest of the items. So I unfortunately am going to pass, but congratulations to Heather and unearthly for that collaboration. KVD has also come out with a new metallic eye pigment. I don't see anything here that is really keeping me afloat. I think the Polar Nightshade is beautiful, and I could see me like wanting to throw that on my lids every so often, but I really want to get some more use out of the Dazzle sticks that I already have, and then maybe in the future I'll pick up one of these pots. But then again, I don't reach for my pots consistently enough that I think I warrant actually picking any more up. So Say is coming out with a multi-use cream highlighting blush. I would love to pick up two of these shades, the Peach Glow and the Quartz Glow. The Quartz Glow is pretty much going to be just like a cream highlighter on me, but that Peach Glow I think would be more of the highlighting blush type situation. So very excited for those. Pat McGrath is coming out with some new formulas and some new products in existing ranges. So she's coming out with some color bombs. She's also coming out with a new quad in Passion Floor, and then also a highlighter and balm duo. So the highlighter and balm duo, I've never tried those before, but it actually kind of weirdly looks intriguing, at least in this colorway. So maybe I'll pick it up. The highlighter quad, I don't know, there's only one matte, and for me, I love her quads that have the two mattes, so I think I'm gonna skip that. And then the color bombs, I'm intrigued. When it comes from a black makeup artist, I always give it more credit than honestly I do other makeup artists, because you know what works on your own skin tone, right? So I'm very intrigued to see what's going on with this. I didn't pick it up full price. I didn't pick it up during the 10% off during the launch. Absolutely not. I've already told you guys time and time again, when it comes to Pat McGrath, I love her products. I really do. But I wait for the 30 and 40% offs. So there are quite a few things that I already know I want to pick up during the next one, which there should be one coming up somewhere soon in the next like month or so for the summer season. And so then I'll be picking up these products and then also a bronzer, because I still haven't picked up a bronzer yet. I'm just waiting. Something else that I was actually tagged in again is the fact that Fenty Beauty is coming out with a stick foundation. What I will say is the one Fenty Beauty foundation that I picked up her Pro Filter, which it was the rave of everything, because of course it was. She finally dropped a range that everybody could find a shade, from the lightest of lightest to the darkest of darkest, right? And all of the people in between, pretty much. I mean, sometimes you had to kind of finesse the undertone or something, but you were able to find something that you could make work. So that's why her foundation, I feel like, really took off. It wasn't really the formula, because the formula was quite drying. And for me, I didn't really see that until the second bottle, when it took me forever to get through that second bottle, because I just really didn't like the finish. And since then, I truly personally haven't tried any of her other foundations, because there have been so many other foundations that came out that I was already intrigued by. I already picked up and I loved them. So I would be intrigued to see what is going on with this. Apparently it's supposed to be a stick format of their Easy Drop Blur plus a smooth tint stick. So that would be interesting, more of a tinted moisturizer in a stick form than like an actual foundation. So maybe the coverage isn't going to be too much, and it's going to be a little bit easier to blend into your skin, maybe for like more of a summer type effect or whatever. And that's kind of what I go for during the summer. So I am definitely intrigued. I want to see some more information, but I'm definitely intrigued. And since I already know the actual shade that works perfect for me in her range, I could just pick it up without having to go in store. I am an ambassador for this brand, but I don't think I'm getting this sent to me, at least not to my knowledge. So this is LYS coming out with a mascara, and this is supposed to be a lash confident curling and lengthening clean mascara. So from that, I would assume it's not going to be the perfect one for me, but then you get into the details and it says that it's a triple action clean mascara that instantly curls, lengthens, and volumizes. So I don't know. I'm intrigued. I have so many things from this brand that I truly adore. And I believe I've done a full face of the brand. Yeah, I have. I did it during Black History Month, and I really enjoyed showcasing the brand for you, as well as all of the brands that I have done so far this year. Let me know. I don't think I'm getting sent this, but if I'm not, the brand is not very expensive. It's probably going to be, yeah, $19. Very affordable. Let me know if you would love to see me showcase this. I've been trying so many mascaras lately that I could do like a roundup only by mascaras at this point. Also, Colors is also coming out with their 10-year birthday collection, in which they have a beautiful, sultry, neutral palette with some lip liners, some liquid lipsticks, and some sponges. And the only reason I'm not going to be picking up this particular eyeshadow palette is because it's very similar to the one that I picked up from what was the brand? The brand that people stopped talking about that did those big palettes. Um, I can't think of the brand, but this is a very kind of color scheme that I feel like I already have, but I do think that this palette looks beautiful. It is $52. Is this available at Ulta? I plan to do an order for products with my Ulta points. If this is available at Ulta, I may consider actually picking this up. I need to look. I need to look. So that's not off the table. I could see me picking up that palette. The other products, not so much, but that palette, yes, yes, yes. The last thing I think I finally have to talk about is actually, I have two more things to talk about. There's a collaboration between Sarah Wallach and Persona Cosmetics. I have absolutely no idea who Sarah Wallach is. I'm sure she's a TikToker. That's probably why I don't know her. But this is just one new shade in their cream stick. I've still yet to try their cream stick formula because it doesn't look like any of the shades will actually work on my skin tone. But this will be available on the 25th at 10 p.m. on the Persona website. And then the last thing I want to talk about is Beauty Bay is coming out with a new collection. This is their Sundown collection. I think this palette looks really pretty. I love those like yellow based greens in the top corner with the burgundies. I could definitely see me picking this up. I know that these palettes definitely like sell out and then they never come back. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I don't know if I'll pick it up. It would be literally the first time I picked anything up from Beauty Bay because I've never made an order. But yeah, I feel like even though I'm intrigued and interested by so many things, I am trying my absolute best to kind of curb it. And maybe I'm interested, but I don't need it now. Maybe I'll get it in the future when it's on sale, stuff like that. So yeah, definitely let me know down below if there's anything that I talked about that you have to get your hands on as well, or if you're gonna just wait for it to be on sale. Definitely stay tuned for this look. I'm gonna try to get this look up as quickly as possible. I may be able to even get it up tomorrow. Who knows? I'm trying to get back into the swing of things now that some changes have happened. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.